but I just don't know.
I can see.
And hey, hello there.
Hello.
It is the Advanced Live Stream. Welcome. Glad to have you with us. I'm Peter. It's Tuesday, June 11th, and this is my co-host today, Rhonda. Rhonda, welcome.
Hello. I was busy thinking about cats and dogs. I didn't know we were already on the air. Hello, everybody.
Right.
I was thinking
In
about
fact,
cats.
fun fact here, Rhonda was in the show, the musical called Cats.
Yes.
She performed in it as a cat, presumably.
I was a cat.
Yes.
I was on stage with my son John. Do they know Teacher John?
Right.
We were both in a show called Cats. And you have to dress up like a cat. I should have worn my cat face today.
Do you sing?
I do sing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We're
Do you
gonna
sing?
have to, I can carry a tune,
Okay.
but that's about it.
We could sing like a couple of cats on the rooftop.
We could.
Don't they kind of howl? Should we try it?
No, there's so many expressions, though, that have cats and dogs or other animals in them, like the one Rhonda just mentioned. And so that's our subject today. We're going to talk about pets and English language, dealing with pets and English expressions and vocabulary that come from pets, mostly dogs and cats, but also fish. Did you know, in fact, that dogs, generally speaking, dogs are the most popular pet, followed by cats for people to own. And after that is fish.
Really? Dogs,
Fourth.
cats, and fish. Okay.
Dogs, cats, and fish in that order. And fourth is birds.
Oh, sure. Now, is that in all around the world? Those are the top pets?
That's pretty much all around the world. Hey, Steve. Good to see you
Steve.
already chiming in.
Oh, hi, Steve. Good
I
to see you.
sometimes pretend a Pokemon won my imaginary pet in my life. Sure, there's all kinds of pets. And that brings us to our poll question for today. Do you have a pet? Yes, a dog. Yes, a cat. Yes, a fish. Like we said, dog, cat, fish. No, I don't have a pet and my home smells great.
Ooh.
Because, of course, when we have a pet, particularly dogs and cats, they can sometimes contribute to the smell of our home in a way we might not otherwise want, but we put up with it because they're our pets and we love them. So yeah, it looks like, oh, hello, and this is, Gachi. Good to see you
this
again.
post. Bark the wrong tree. Bark up the wrong tree. Peter, are we barking up the wrong tree? Maybe we shouldn't have talked about my theater career. That was barking up the wrong tree.
Not necessarily, because that was a related topic to
Okay.
pets, because her theater was about a pet. It was about cats. But yeah, that's a good expression.
Great expression.
Barking up the wrong tree. It just means that you are mistaken in your approach to finding something or trying to solve a problem. You want to do this. Oh, you're barking up the wrong tree. What you want to do instead is this.
Because if a dog thinks there's a squirrel, but there's not a squirrel in that tree, is the dog barking up the wrong tree? Ooh. We said that at the same time. We didn't even plan that.
You see, you just never know what's going to happen here at the Advanced Live Stream. But in terms of our poll, it looks like almost half of you have a dog. Fish has come in second here in our poll. Normally it comes in about third, but third here is, technically speaking, third is no pet, and my home smells great. That's fine. You're welcome to the Advanced Live Stream, just like the pet owners. And just a few of us have a cat. Just 8% own a cat.
Well, maybe a lot of people have a giraffe, a pet giraffe.
I think that's a little further down the list.
Oh, that's a small percentage.
Yeah. Especially, practically speaking,
in the city, in an apartment.
You can see a giraffe in a zoo. So it might be fun to have one. But that is a sort of preview of our discussion question for today. So we're going to have fun with that in just a moment. But first, let's give you some vocabulary. Specifically, we're going to start off with a phrase here, an English phrase, and it covers all pets, not dogs, cats, fish, birds, giraffes. The phrase is one's pet thing. You'll see it in the screen down below in a minute. One's pet thing. Now, what do we mean by that, Rhonda?
Well, a pet, of course, is something that belongs to you. You take care of it. So that when I read that was going to be in our list, I thought of the phrase, My pet peeve.
That's one way
Those two words
you'll hear
always
it.
go together. We don't really say peeve by itself, but my pet peeve is
A peeve is something that annoys you. Not something really,
is
really
mine?
serious, but like standing in long lines. It could be a pet peeve.
Is your pet peeve being on live stream with me?
When your Wi-Fi kicks out just as you're watching the movie, that's a pet peeve.
It's a pet peeve.
Peeve, something
like a
that
small
annoys
something.
you.
I think of when you get something in your tooth. It's kind of a small.
Right,
one of my pet peeves is when I can't find my other shoe.
Right. So a pet peeve or a pet anything, you'll hear it in work sometimes. That's his pet project means something that is very specific to you.
Okay.
Like a pet is, a pet is something that you own and you have a close relationship with it. So I think that's how the phrase came about. That's his pet project over there. He brought it up. He's spent most of the work on it. He really is into it. He's really invested in it. It's his pet project, or like Rhonda said, a pet peeve, something very personal to you in particular. And we have some more folks chiming in.
Sophie. Hi, Sophie.
Nice to see you. I have goosebumps if a dog tries to get close to me. Another animal phrase, goosebumps. Those little raised bits of skin on when you're chilly or nervous. Used to be chased by dogs when I was a kid. Oh, Sophie, I'm sorry. I had a story about that once, but I ended up getting a dog, and that kind of helped me get over my fear of dogs. Who else do we have here?
The teacher's pet. I was just thinking about that. Thank you for writing that. I actually was the teacher's pet when I was 10. It's not really a good thing.
What is it?
Well, the teacher's pet other people usually say it about you. Oh, you're the teacher's pet. Means the teacher likes you the best and you get special treatment.
Yeah. And often deservedly so. Often the teacher's pet is not just someone that the teacher likes for no reason. It's usually because they have made they've made an extra effort to please the teacher, doing their work, getting there on time, and all sorts of good behavior. And teacher's pet, is kind of a derogatory term.
A little bit.
But there are worse things to be called than teacher's pet. So don't worry about that if you hear it.
Any other comments here? Thank you, everybody, for being here.
Right. Let's give you some vocabulary. Focus on dogs now. We have the word dogged. D-O-G-G-E-D. Should see it in the screen below us. Dogged. Rhonda, what does dogged mean?
Well, dogged means determined. You aren't going to let go of that idea or the thing you want to say or that project. Notice it's 2 syllables, like the word rugged.
Yeah.
Dogged. So
it's not dogged.
Yeah.
It's not although it can be a verb sometimes, but that's kind of rare. More often you'll hear it as this adjective. Rhonda showed dogged determination in fixing the leak or in getting the paper due on time or whatnot.
In training my pet.
In training her pet.
We had a discussion before coming on air. There actually is an English verb, dogged, or to dog someone.
Yeah.
So you might hear it pronounced dogged, but that's a different meaning.
Right.
Dogged would be like when a bulldog or a pit bull gets its teeth onto something and won't let it go, and you're saying, give me the shoe.
Right.
They're very dogged. It's a positive trait, right?
It's generally a positive trait, but it can be used. Steve, I remember in Studio Classroom, they said a phrase called top dog.
Yes.
Top dog sounds like an interesting phrase to use on a businessman's success. Yes, it is, Steve. Top dog is, just like it sounds. Someone who is really successful, just really firing. It's hard to describe it without using other English expressions.
You know what I have to say?
Yeah.
Can I say?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I'm a little bit dogged. To get this out, underdog would be the opposite. Almost.
Yes.
He's the underdog.
Which means someone who is not expected to win.
Yes.
Usually you'll hear it in a sporting competition. Yes. The underdog is the team that is not favored to win. And so when they do win, it's very dramatic.
So many good words.
Dog tired. Yes, there you go. I am dog tired. Yes. Well, since we've all got a sense of dog vocabulary, we're going to move on right now to cats. But first, remember the discussion question we teased you with earlier, and here it is now talking about giraffes. Our discussion question. If you were to get an unusual pet, what would it be? Would it be a giraffe? An unusual pet. So this means not a dog, not a cat, not a bird, not a fish.
We often call them exotic pets. In America, where I'm from, there are pet stores that actually will say exotic pets.
Yes,
something
yes.
that is unusual.
Although even there you are unlikely to find a giraffe.
No,
but
I was thinking like a child. When I was a child, I wanted to have a pet giraffe.
Sure. And that's perfectly fine for the question. This is a chance to dream and
Yes,
fantasize.
be
I think
childlike.
if I were to get an unusual pet, I would probably want to get a lion. They're just
I'm not
such
coming to your house for
amazing
dinner.
beasts. Well, yeah.
Or I could come to your house
Oh no!
and be dinner.
Well, yes, no. That's why a lion is an unusual pet. Selena.
Yes.
Hi, Selena. It rains
Yes.
cats and dogs. Yeah, when it's raining very, very hard, we say it's raining cats and dogs. We are English speakers. We have
I don't
no
know why
idea.
we say that.
We have no idea
Raining
how cats and dogs got yanked into meaning heavy, heavy rain, but that is what it means. Cats and dogs. And Alan. Hello, Alan. Good to have you with us. Can't teach an old dog new tricks.
Yes, you
there
can.
There you go.
Yes, you can.
However, I think we can always learn new tricks
Yes.
regardless of our age. That is true. It's also true of dogs. That is just an old expression. It's useful to say that, someone is too stuck or set in their ways of doing things that it's hard to show them a new way to do it. That's the value of the expression. But technically speaking, a dog is never too old to learn new tricks. It just needs to be trained properly.
Can we tell them that you and I'm much older than Peter, but he and I, we're older, we're not college students, are learning Chinese together.
We are.
And
yes.
I say, you can teach an old dog new tricks, right?
Yes.
I am living proof.
Oh, the expressions
that you
are coming
can.
fast and furious
Whoa.
here. Don't let the cat
A
out of the
polar
bag.
bear.
Don't let the cat.
Brian.
It would be cool, Brian, hello. It would be cool to have a polar bear as a pet. It would be very cool to have a polar bear as a pet. Nice wordplay there, Brian. Steve, if it's an unusual pet,
Like it.
it would be a lion. There you go, Steve.
Okay.
You
Well,
and me.
he's going to use it as a security guard.
A security guard
To catch
a
burglars.
burglar. See, there's multiple values to having a lion. They're very admirable beasts and also home security system right
Yes.
there. In case Rhonda comes snooping over late at night.
Snooping. Snoop. Isn't that a pet word?
It is the name of a pet.
Oh, Snoopy.
In Charlie Brown.
This is so
That's
fun.
just chance. We didn't
Okay.
plan that. Who else have we got? Selena, never too old to learn. Yes, absolutely.
This is me. This is me.
What is it? What
This
is
is
it?
what I am. A bull in a china shop. The most delicate dishes you could own, and someone like me comes in and just, because I break things very easy. Are you a bull in a china shop?
I am not. I am many things, but you would never describe me as a bull in a china shop. I'm usually very careful, physically coordinated.
Yes.
A bull in a china shop is, someone who, think of it, a bull in a china shop, a big, strong, wild animal surrounded by lots of very precious, breakable things. And it's you can use it to describe people, we can't let him handle this project. He's like a bull in a china shop. He has no sense of all the nuances, all the fine tuning, all the attention to detail that is needed. He just blah, blah, blah. And sometimes you need a bull, so it's not like bulls are bad, but not in a china shop.
Well, it's fun to have these idioms where two very opposite things are put together. What's more different than a big bull in a china shop? Sophie says, if she could have a leopard, she wouldn't be late to work.
That's right.
You would ride a leopard, Sophie?
Right, a leopard or a cheetah. A cheetah looks very much like a leopard, and they are related, but they're actually two different creatures. But big cat covered with spots, and the cheetah is the fastest land animal. Only birds can go faster than a cheetah.
Really?
Yeah. Means he is clumsy. Right.
Oh,
Bull
yes,
in a china
good
shop.
word.
Someone
Yes.
who is clumsy. That's a nice, concise way to describe it. Someone who's clumsy. Bull in a china shop. Let's go on to
Cat. Have we talked about cats?
we haven't talked about cats, although we did get a cat out of the bag, so we got at least one expression. Here's another one. Catnip. That's a vocabulary word.
Yes.
Catnip. catnip. What is catnip?
I was afraid. It's a plant, right?
It is a plant.
A type of plant.
The usage of catnip is to relax the cat.
Really?
Because it's very pleasant for the cat to have. It's almost like giving the cat a drink. Don't give cats an alcoholic drink, okay? But it's like giving a cat a nice glass of wine or something. It calms them down, makes them very happy. And so if you hear that word used outside of talking about cats, it means something that is very pleasant to whomever. It is irresistible. Oh, tell him his suit looks good. That's like catnip to him.
Well, Peter, I just want to say, because I hear it's almost time up, Peter is the cat's meow.
Oh,
you are the cat's meow. Yes. I mean, in fact, you're the bee's knees.
Oh, well, there's another one.
Look this up, the bee's knees.
The
bee's
cat's
meow.
Right.
Old English from the 1940s, but
right. Means very special, cool. Just it's somewhat similar to top dog, actually, but it's not quite so hierarchical.
It's a fun thing to say. If you say to someone, I think you're the cat's meow, say it with a little smile, a little wink, they'll think it's funny.
Or if someone bought a really nice suit or a really nice dress for a party or special, you could say, "Wow, look at you! You are the cat's meow." It's a complimentary term with a little bit of spunk in it.
Yeah, and kind of old-fashioned, but in a fun way.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Steve, you get the last word as we're closing out here. Another phrase I learned was "when pigs fly." Yes,
Steve, that's amazing. I don't think I've heard that one.
Yeah, when pigs fly means that is never going to happen. Whatever it is, it's not going to happen. I'll tell you when it'll happen. It'll happen when pigs fly. It is an expression of, complete doubt, complete disbelief that something is going to happen, because obviously pigs don't fly. So, I'll talk to him when pigs fly, or he'll figure that thing out when pigs fly, because he doesn't know about it.
You sounded like a farmer when you said that. I think a lot of these things come from farm life, don't you think?
Farm life, well, pets, originally probably came out of farm life when people lived with animals in their houses. But for the moment, we have to return to our studio classroom life here and our teaching life. And you guys have to go back to your lives. But we do thank you so much for joining us here on this Tuesday live stream. We'll be back next week on Monday at the normal day, normal time. Okay. But for now,
is it time for your milk?
Peter? It's time for something. Maybe it'll be milk, but we'll see. But anyway, thanks again.
Yes.
And keep practicing that English.
Yes.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.